I am writing this because I don't know what else to do. My story feels both cinematic and painfully mundane. It's the kind of thing you read about online, never imagining it could be your own. But here I am, the woman who was completely blindsided. My life was split in two by a single casual glance at a phone screen. The pain is sharp, hollowing me out from the inside. Everything I thought I knew is now in question. The foundation of my world has turned to sand. I keep replaying the moment, an ordinary evening, sitting side by side when a notification popped up. A name I didn't recognize, an emoji that made my stomach drop. It was so fast, but it unraveled our entire shared history. My world ended with a ping. The air changed instantly, thick, heavy, unbreathable. I asked who it was. He stammered, tried to brush it off, but his eyes gave him away. In that moment, I knew. I didn't know the specifics, but I knew the man I married was suddenly a stranger. And so began the slow, agonizing process of excavation, digging through layers of deceit to find a truth I never wanted to know. Each revelation is a bone, a piece of a skeleton that forms the monster that was living in my house all along. I am numb, I am shattered, I am sitting in the rubble of my own life trying to understand how I got here, how the person I trusted most could have built a secret life right under my nose. And now, I have to face the truth I never saw coming. Our love story was supposed to be one for the ages. We met young, two souls who just clicked. He was my best friend before anything else. We decided to get married, to promise forever. Then the pandemic hit, and suddenly we were forced into a long-distance marriage, separated by an ocean. Those years apart were hard. We lived on video calls, sending care packages, trying to bridge the gap with words. We promised it would be worth it, that nothing could tear us apart. When we were finally reunited, it felt euphoric, like we'd survived the impossible. We had to rebuild, to learn how to live together again. I believed we were stronger for it. Looking back, I see the cracks I didn't want to see. I told myself healing takes time, that distance was normal. I wanted so badly to believe in our story, in the epic romance of it all. I never imagined the biggest obstacle wasn't the ocean between us, but the secrets he was keeping. Our love survived distance, but not deception. Before the pandemic, we had our own crisis, a breaking point. Our relationship became strained and we separated for a while. It was messy, painful. I was not perfect. I said things I regret. My behavior was toxic at times, born of hurt and fear. He wasn't innocent either. He became cold, distant, making choices that wounded me. We both contributed to the breakdown, but after months of silence, we started talking again. Slowly, carefully. We decided our love was worth fighting for. We reconciled. We promised to do the work, to face our toxic behaviors head-on. Therapy, hard conversations, apologies, forgiveness. It felt like a true second chance. We believed we were better, wiser, more committed. Our reconciliation was built on radical honesty. We laid all our cards on the table, confessed our wrongdoings. We promised no more secrets, no more lies. This became the cornerstone of our new beginning. It was the vow that mattered most, and it was the one I clung to, believing in it with every fiber of my being. I never imagined it would be the one he'd break most completely. Our renewed relationship felt stronger, more intentional. We made a pact to be open not just about the big things, but the small, weird corners of our minds. I prided myself on being an open-minded partner. I believed if he ever wanted to explore something new, he could come to me. We discussed boundaries and desires. Honesty was the only thing I required. I would have been open to so much as long as we were in it together. This wasn't just an assumption, it was a conversation we had many times. He promised. He made me believe we were building a partnership based on trust. This belief in our radical honesty became my security blanket. I told my friends how proud I was of us, of our communication. I felt safe. I felt secure. I trusted him with the deepest parts of myself. Now that trust lies in ashes. It feels like our entire renewed relationship was a performance, a lie. While I prided myself on our openness, he was cultivating a secret life. The myth of our radical honesty is the cruelest part. He didn't just betray me with his actions. He betrayed the very idea I held most sacred. The belief that this time, we were finally telling each other the truth. The night it all came out was surreal. After I saw the message on his phone, I couldn't let it go. I pressed him. He tried to deflect, said it was a friend, a joke. The lies were clumsy, desperate. But I held my ground. Who is she? What kind of message is that? The more he squirmed, the more I knew. Finally, he broke. The dam burst and the story came flooding out. He confessed he'd been getting intimate massages, happy endings, for years. It started before the pandemic, during our rocky period, and continued after we got back together. After all the promises, all the therapy, all the vows of honesty. My first reaction wasn't anger. It was disbelief, a system-shocking disbelief. The words didn't compute. It was like he was describing a life that couldn't possibly be ours. Every ordinary day we'd spent together suddenly felt tainted, rewritten. Every "I'm going to run some errands" was now a potential lie. The life I'd been living was a fiction he'd written for me. He cried, said he was sorry, said he was ashamed. He offered excuses, but I could barely hear them. The man I loved, the man I'd forgiven and trusted again, was confessing to a long-term calculated betrayal. He had been living a double life, and I, his wife, had been completely oblivious. I was the fool in a story I didn't even know I was in. The truth was finally out, and nothing would ever be the same. I need to be clear. The pain isn't about the sex. It's not about the massages themselves. I am a sexual, open-minded person. I would have been willing to talk about anything. If he had come to me with a fantasy or need, we could have explored it together. The act itself isn't what's destroying me, it's the lie. The years of calculated, intentional deceit. Every time he booked an appointment, left the house, or nodded in agreement about honesty, he chose to lie. This wasn't a one-time mistake. It was a pattern. A secret world he built and maintained for years. The betrayal is in the shared moments that now feel stolen. He didn't just lie about the massages, he lied about everything they touched. He created a false reality for me to live in. What hurts most is the violation of trust we had so painstakingly rebuilt. I was healing, being honest, doing the work. He was just pretending. It wasn't a lapse in judgment. It was a conscious decision made over and over again. After his confession, I needed proof. I asked for his phone. He handed it over, defeated. I started to scroll. Messages, emails, search history, a digital archive of his betrayal. The evidence was all there, names, dates, locations, a roadmap of his lies, stretching back years. I saw messages from before our separation and from last week. Every memory was now corrupted. My hands shook, but I couldn't stop looking. I was searching for something, an explanation, a reason, or just to make it real. Each message confirmed the depth of the deception. He wasn't just a customer, he had relationships of a sort with these providers. He was living a whole other life, with a whole other set of interactions. I was a ghost in my own marriage. The phone, once a symbol of our connection, is now the weapon that delivered the fatal blow. It holds the complete, uncensored story of his betrayal, a story he never intended for me to read. Today, I took off my wedding ring. I didn't throw it, I just slid it off and placed it on the kitchen counter. It looks so small, a tiny gold circle that's supposed to represent a love that is infinite and unbroken. But our love is not infinite. It is broken. The ring feels like a lie now, just like everything else. I am walking through my days in a fog of numbness. I look at him, this man who shares my bed, and I don't know who he is. He cries, begs for forgiveness, but how can I ever believe a word he says again? What do you do when the story you told yourself about your life turns out to be a lie? I am searching for meaning in this senseless act of betrayal. I don't know if this is the end, or if we can rebuild from this. Can you rebuild on a foundation that was never really there? I am a woman who took off her ring and left it on the counter, and I have no idea if I will ever put it back on. I am writing this into the void, not for answers, but just to say it out loud, to make it real.